Hello friends, welcome to C# Programming Video Tutorials series. In the previous video tutorial, we started discussing Introduction to Microsoft Visual Studio. We understood that Microsoft Visual Studio is a fully featured software package which supports more than 30 programming languages. We understood that Visual Studio.NET is equal to Visual Studio IDE plus .NET Framework. Visual Studio.NET is equal to Visual Studio IDE plus .NET Framework. In the previous video tutorial, we discussed Visual Studio IDE. In this video tutorial, I would like to discuss .NET Framework. Introduction to .NET Framework, guys. What is .NET Framework? .NET Framework is a runtime execution environment which is responsible for managing and executing applications developed using Visual Studio. .NET Framework is a runtime execution environment which is responsible for managing as well as executing applications which are developed using Visual Studio. This is the diagrammatic representation of .NET Framework, guys. It is collection of components. At the bottommost layer, we have CLR component. On top of that, we have BCL component. On top of that, we have Windows Forms, ASP.NET and ADO.NET components. On top of that, we have WPF, WCF, WF and card space components. On top of that, we have link and ADO.NET entity framework components. On top of that, we have parallel link and task parallel library components. On top of that, we have our programming languages C++, C#, VB.NET, F#, Perl, etc., 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 guys. Using these programming languages, we develop wide variety of applications, right guys? Let's understand each of these components one by one. At the bottommost layer, we have CLR component. CLR stands for Common Language Runtime. Common Language Runtime is responsible for loading and executing all .NET programs. CLR is responsible for loading and executing all .NET programs. It is responsible for executing C++ programs. It is responsible for executing C# programs. It is responsible for executing VB programs, etc., 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 guys. CLR is something equivalent to JVM in Java programming world. CLR is equivalent to Java Virtual Machine in Java programming world, guys. Next, we have Base Class Library, BCL. Base Class Library contains collection of common classes which can be used in many languages in common. Base Class Library contains collection of common classes which can be used in VB language, which can be used in C# language, which can be used in C++ language, etc., 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 guys. So BCL contains collection of common classes, guys. Next, we have Windows Forms component. It contains collection of Windows Forms controls which allow us to develop Windows based applications. WinForms component contains collection of Windows Forms controls. For example, it contains label control, it contains text box control, it contains image control, it contains a button control, it contains a panel control, it contains a panel group control. So wide variety of controls you find inside Windows Forms component which allow us to develop Windows based applications easily. If you want to develop Windows based applications, you are going to understand WinForms component, guys. WinForms component is something equivalent to Swing in Java programming world, guys. Next, we have ASP.NET component. ASP stands for Active Server Pages. ASP.NET component contains collection of web form controls which allow us to develop web-based applications. If you want to develop web-based applications, you take help of ASP.NET component, guys. ASP is something equivalent to JSP in Java programming world. ASP stands for Active Server Pages. JSP stands for Java Server Pages, guys. Next, we have ADO.NET component. ADO stands for ActiveX Data Object. ActiveX Data Object contains collection of data providers which allow us to connect and work with various kinds of databases. If you want to work with databases backend, then you take help of ADO.NET component, guys. ADO.NET component contains collection of data providers which allow us to connect and work with various kinds of databases, guys. ADO.NET in .NET Framework is equivalent to JDBC in Java programming world. Here we have ADO.NET, ActiveX Data Object. In Java programming we have JDBC, Java Database Connectivity concept, right guys? Next we have WPF. WPF stands for Windows Presentation Foundation. Windows Presentation Foundation component allows us to enhance look and feel of Windows applications. That is user interface. We can enhance the look and feel of user interface using Windows Presentation Foundation component, guys. Next we have WCF, stands for Windows Communication Foundation. WCF component allows us to develop service-oriented applications which communicate across web. WCF stands for Windows Communication Foundation, which allows us to develop service-oriented applications which communicate across web, guys. Next we have WF, Workflow Foundation. Workflow Foundation component allows us to develop workflow within the .NET applications. If you want to create some workflows within the .NET applications, you take help of WF component, guys. Workflow Foundation component. Next we have Card Space component. Card Space component allows us to create digital files to store user-specific information or user-centric information. If you want to keep track of user-centric information like user phone number, email ID, etc., 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 then you take help of Card Space component, guys. Next we have Link component, guys. Link stands for Language Integrated Query. Link stands for Language Integrated Query, which allows us to represent and manage relational data in the form of programming objects. See, in our programming world, we represent real-time entities in the form of objects. In our programming languages, we represent real-time entities in the form of objects. Whereas in databases, in relational databases, we represent real-time entities in the form of table. Data which we represent in the form of table is called as relational data, guys. Understanding? Link allows us to represent and manage the relational data in the form of programming objects. We can represent the data in the form of table, the data in the form of objects, guys. So that is the main purpose of link, guys. Next we have CTS component. CTS stands for Common Type System. CTS stands for Common Type System. Common Type System contains collection of data types which can be used in many languages in common. So in CTS component you find collection of data types which can be used in C++ language, in C# language, in VB language, in common, guys. Next we have CLS. CLS stands for Common Language Specification. CLS stands for Common Language Specifications. It contains collection of rules and regulations that every language must follow, which runs under the .NET framework. CLS contains collection of rules and regulations that every programming language must follow, which runs under the .NET framework. For example, if you have developed a programming language and you want that programming language should be supported in the .NET framework, then your programming language, the developed programming language, must and should follow the rules and regulations mentioned inside the CLS, guys. Otherwise, it is not supported in the .NET framework. Understanding? So that is CLS, guys. That's it, guys, for this video tutorial. I hope you guys have clearly understood the .NET framework. What is .NET framework and what are the different components available inside the .NET framework and their purpose. I think for this video tutorial, this much is enough, friends. I suggest you people to watch this video again and again, understand everything clearly. In the upcoming video tutorials, we are going to discuss more about C# programming language. For more benefits and be up to date, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, comment and share these videos with others so that everyone will get benefited. Keep learning, keep coding, keep sharing. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial.